I felt I needed to do this one other video on widowhood um, because I was reviewing the latest newspaper from AARP. Ever since I was little, I was heard my parents about joining AARP, and now that I have retired, I'm disability retired. Um, I may not look at, but I have so many health problems. In any case, that's neither here nor there. The thing is that I am a widow. I lost my husband in 2008, and I ran across this um, article on the AARP paper talking about how, financially speaking, the different costs of widowhood. Um, of course, the very beginning is the understatement of the year in terms of, you know, trying to put in writing how much we lose when we lose our best partner. But anyway, they talk about here about how your when you lose your spouse, you might go from one tax bracket to another. You lose credit cards depending on who established them and what state you're in. Um, and actually, here it says that if you are a widow of a second marriage, the spouse's assets may go to first marriage children and not you. So, a few of the things that, or the things that they um, suggest here is to, um, well, first of all, to deal with things before the person passes away. Um, to leave everything in writing as to what's gonna happen, and I guess, and to set everything up before the person actually goes away or passes. The first suggestion that they have here is to get the right kind of help. And what they mean by that is to go to a financial consultant, like a professional. And I guess that's one thing that I can agree and I can see, don't, family may have the best intentions, especially yours. Um, but, they don't know everything, and it's useful to have a consultant. The other is to strategize Social Security. Um, and I guess this is actually later on in life. Like, I've heard my mother and both my parents talk about um, being worried about what's going to happen when one of them passes, just because they're going to go from two checks to one. So, and actually, you can set up, like, if you want to get yours, or like when the person passes, if you want to get the person's paycheck instead of your paycheck, depending who's higher. Um, but that has to be set up beforehand. Um, so because who's gonna have what, or who has the higher social security, or who has the longer work history, it would be worth it. to to see about that. I mean, again, that might be something that a financial consultant or even the same social security office, just set up an appointment and like discuss it with them and see, like what is the other suggestion that they make is to for you to keep your 401k. um don't rush to transfer 401ks. um you can make withdrawals later on if you need to. um just because I guess you don't have to. It does something with taxes. So and then the other one that they put here is use the IRS as a break in terms of like that first year you can still file as married instead of having to file as single. Although to me that this is one big issue because to me I am widowed. I'm not single. So there is a difference. But, government doesn't see it that way. They see me as single. So in any case, just take advantage of that the first year. And then the last thing that they suggest here is don't rush the big stuff, in terms of like, you know, unless you absolutely have to, don't decide to sell your house or move or write big checks for anything, unless you absolutely have to. Um, just because we are in the worst state of mind, especially right after in that first year, actually. So it's not something that I would recommend doing, and they don't recommend doing. Um, well, they don't put a time frame here, but I would say like at least during the first year, I wouldn't do any of those things. Um, just because our state of mind, um, that first year at least. I mean, some of us are in a perpetual state of grief. Um, but I guess if you've seen my other videos, you've seen my view on widowhood and what I think about, um, or how I carry this state. So, in any case, I hope this kind of help you and makes you think about what you should or shouldn't do for right now.